Down in Alabama, two stories out of Alabama that I think are just brilliant that bounce off each other. The city of Birmingham, Alabama, last month in February voted to raise its minimum wage by $2.85 from the federal minimum of $7.25 an hour up to around $11 an hour, and to $10.10 an hour. The city of Birmingham, and so the state responded by passing a law that Republican Governor Robert Bentley signed last month, making it illegal for any city in Alabama to raise their minimum wage above the federal minimum wage, which is $7.25 an hour. So the city of Birmingham no longer can have a higher minimum wage than the federal minimum wage. Meanwhile, this is where it gets interesting. Aaron Ruper writing about this over at thinkprogress.org. When the city of Birmingham, Alabama voted last month to give its lowest paid workers a $2.85 raise, Republican Governor Robert Bentley signed a bill banning Alabama cities from raising the minimum wage at all. Now news has emerged that Bentley recently gave 4 of his cabinet members $73,000 raises, an 80% increase from the $91,000 salaries they were already making. More than a dozen members of Bentley's cabinet and a number of his staff members reportedly received raises as well. By the way, in December, the Republican governor of Alabama diverted funding from the 2010 BP oil spill recovery effort to pay for instead of paying for oil spill recovery, to finance the renovation of a second governor's mansion down on the Gulf Coast. Right. Okay, so that's our one Alabama story. The second one, Kama Aina posted over Democratic Underground, but it's out of OccupyDemocrats.com. It's the headline. It's very simple. Alabama Republicans file bill to take away food stamps if you own a car. Alabama Republicans are escalating their war. This is the same state, right, where the governor says, no, you can't make more than a minimum wage. And on the minimum wage, $7.25 an hour, I mean, working a 40-hour week, you have to have food. You qualify for food stamps. Working full-time, a 40-hour week, you still earn so little that you need food stamps in order to just have a... Anyhow, Alabama Republicans are now saying that they're wasting precious state resources in a relentless campaign to make life harder for the poor people, working poor in Alabama. What they said basically is that you can't, if you own a car in Alabama, you no longer can get food stamps. And by the way, if you want to get food stamps, you now have to have a new photo ID to get the food stamp card. And they're estimating this is going to cost the state $10 million to issue these photo IDs, and adds another layer of hoops for potential recipients to jump through before they can receive benefits. So much for small government, right? I mean, Republicans are in favor of small government. Small government is just code for cutting off benefits to poor people, particularly people of color. It's really that simple. The Republicans have been getting away with this for 40 years. And arguably longer. But in particular, since the Reagan era, Lee Atwater laid this out. He said you can't say the N-word anymore, and you don't even need to say forced busing. All you have to do is say small government. Cut economic programs. We can't afford these things, and all the white people get it that you're talking about cutting benefits for poor black people, by and large. And Alabama, the next to the poorest state in the country, or maybe third from the bottom. Amazing. To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.